feeling like you're not growing and being stagnant is actually the biggest part of your growth. Maybe that's the true state where you're growing the most. Recently, my life has been feeling so stagnant. I mean, nothing interesting is happening. And I was thinking, hey, do I even have a purpose? Like, what am I doing here? And I always get into these philosophical, like, debates with myself when I'm in this state, like thinking, why am I here? What's my purpose? And all these things. And then I sat back and I thought about it. I'm like, hey, when every day feels like an adventure, how do you have time for yourself? If every day feels like an adventure, how do you have time to actually grow in areas and do things that you probably wouldn't do? When you're stagnant, it is the best period of your life to go and try things that you probably wouldn't try. What if being stagnant is what you really need to become the best version of yourself? There were so many times in my life where I looked on social media and I saw all these people thriving and like living their lives and having so much fun every day. And I was sitting in my room, in my bed alone, and I'm like, what am I doing? Nothing is happening. Everything just feels so stagnant. And I think this is actually the biggest period of my life, regardless of how stagnant I am, that I've learned to love myself more. That I've learned to understand my growth more and build more confidence in myself. I know sometimes it can feel lonely and boring and you're like, hey, why is my life so boring while everybody else is living their life? That's just how growth is. It's sometimes the most stagnant feeling ever. If you're in solitude and there's no distractions around you, that's like where you realize true humanity and you realize what you can do with yourself. You realize all your potential. You can do things you probably wouldn't have done in the past. Get yourself out of your comfort zone. Do that one thing that you held yourself back at that's been on your bucket list for years. There's this false idea that your life always needs to be interesting, that you always need to be doing the next fun thing that everybody else is doing. But honestly, that's fucking cap, okay? I'd be lying if I said I had fun all the time in my life. I've had so many points in my life where I felt lonely, where I felt down, but those are the periods of my life where I grew so much. Sometimes when people feel like they're not going anywhere, they give up. You realize giving up is only gonna keep you in that state of stagnicity. And while stagnicity isn't even bad, sometimes it can turn bad when you start to give up hope in yourself. You can do so many things. Nobody is distracting you. Not only do you see humanity for what it is, you also have time for yourself to do whatever the fuck you want. Even if your life still doesn't feel interesting after that, life doesn't always have to be interesting, okay? I saw this thing when I was on gym TikTok where it was like, rest days are so crucial and important for true muscle growth. I tried to like understand what they meant by that, and basically when you're working out, you're carrying heavy weights, which creates micro tears in your muscle so that it could grow back stronger. What makes you think that your brain doesn't need that? You realize a lot of you guys are also burnt out, which is why you're stagnant. You're not moving anywhere because you're burnt out. You're not just lazy, you're just burnt out, that's it. You need a rest day. You need to take care of yourself, because if your physical body needs that, what makes you think your mental doesn't need that? You don't always have to maintain a fun lifestyle. And I think most of this is purely because of social media. I think a lot of people think their life always has to be interesting and that life feels so boring right now and I need a function or I need something to help me. It's because these people are so like dead on fucking Instagram, bro. I'm telling you, Instagram fucks you up, bruh. You don't always need to be chasing for the next fix and the next rush of dopamine. I'm getting a call. Where I see this all the time where people are like, oh, where the fuck the function? I love that song. I love that. I mean, I think parties are fun. Like, I love parties. But the thing is that people use parties in order to make their life feel less stagnant. A lot of people know this, but don't know this. They subconsciously, like, rule it out. People on Instagram are posting the most interesting and fun parts of their lives. They wouldn't sit there and post a regular day where they're sitting at home because that's, quite frankly, boring, right? Social media is the most polished place you can find content. But I promise you, your life isn't always going to be stagnant. There's going to be moments where you feel so bored and done with life, and there's gonna be other moments where you feel like you're having so much fun, and both of those moments are something to be cherished. Everyone you know, even influencers, even famous people, have moments where they feel so stagnant, where life just feels like nothing's happening, because that is such a normal part of life. Again, like I was saying, you might just be burnt out as well. I feel like life feels so stagnant when you feel like you're not progressing. You're thinking, hey, I'm so lazy, I'm not doing anything, but a lot of the times you're stagnant. A lot of the times you're stagnant because you're burnt out. I remember when I was burnt out in a really long period of burnout, I literally just got out of it. I was trying to make a video and I literally physically couldn't get myself up. And I was like, why am I so stagnant right now? Like, I feel like I'm not growing. I feel like life just feels the same every day. And I was like, hey, what if, one, I'm burnt out, but two, I'm not understanding that my life doesn't always have to be fun. Because you know what I was doing all day? Scrolling on social media. I was scrolling on social media, comparing my life to other people's lives, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just sitting at home all day, I'm so lazy. When we're burnt out, sometimes we can feel really lazy because we're thinking, hey, I'm not moving. I'm literally just staying here doing absolutely fucking nothing. Sometimes your life changes so fast. Like, everything in your life is just changing at the speed of light. But I think once you get through that turbulent time, life just kind of feels the same. It kind of just feels like a blur of itself. And I think in that time is the most special time. And I literally, right now, I'm still in the stagnicity, and I'm not mad about it. Like, I'm just like, okay, this is just a transition period. This is just a point in my life, and when I get through it, maybe I can go back to the adventure. But right now, I'm still gonna cherish this time where I feel super stagnant, because that's still a period of growth. When I was burnt out, I wasn't gonna make a video. Why would I make a video if I'm burnt out? If I literally am sitting in front of a camera and I don't wanna make a video, why would I make a video? If your life has changed so much really fast, it makes sense why you feel stagnant. It makes sense why you feel burnt out. So don't hate on yourself for having that period. Don't compare your life to other people thinking, my life needs to be this fun all the time, because that's just not how life is, okay? You're going to have a bunch of different periods of fun, okay? Life is gonna be so fun in different ways, but right now, you just need to chill in the stagnicity. And better days are gonna come, and when those days come, you're gonna realize, hey, being stagnant was just a part of the growth. It just feels like you're not moving even though you are. And just because you feel like you're not moving doesn't mean you are moving, because you're constantly moving forward regardless if you are aware of it or not. Because I've been stagnant recently, I've gotten my self-worth and my confidence up higher than I ever thought I would ever get it. Regardless if I feel like I'm not moving or not, I'm aware that this point is so important because I've learned so many things in the stagnicity. I've learned how to be more confident. I've learned to up my self-worth. There's so many things I've learned from being stagnant. And all those things happen because I didn't have adventure 24/7. It doesn't always have to be fun, but if you're really bored, do something you probably wouldn't do. When I get into these states as well, sometimes I will feel depressed. Like, sometimes I will start thinking, what's the point of life? And I'll get all philosophical. And this always happens to me, especially when I'm in like a hard stage of my life where I'm like, what's the point? You know, like every day just feels the same. But then I realized I have to pull myself out of that mindset, because the reason I'm in that mindset is because I think my life is always supposed to be fun. Sometimes when you're stagnant, you're also lonely and you're thinking, hey, I'm not even moving forward. I'm not having fun. That is the most important part for growth. It really is. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't ask why I'm leaned against a wall. I just really feel like it's comfortable like this. I haven't made a video in a while, but this video was slightly like a bit of a explanation because I've been feeling very burnt out and I felt like my life felt very stagnant, that I didn't want to make a video unless I really felt like making a video, because I feel like it's very inauthentic to force yourself to make a video, because my account has never been about forcing myself. I've always made videos because I genuinely wanted to make a video. And that's why I'm making a video today, because I genuinely just got out of my stage of burnout, and it's been great because I just feel like myself again. Another thing about burnout is you can't push yourself to do everything. Like, I feel like people, especially hard workers, go through a lot of burnout. It's like, no, you don't need to do things that your body is not ready for. I hope you guys know, when I get to the outros of my videos, I have to re-record it like 30 times because I always fuck it up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I love you guys so much, and I really hope this video resonated with you. Bye.